On what was supposed to be one of the happiest days of her life, Maura Gallagher walked into Stamford Hospital on May 8, 2017, ready to meet her newborn twins. At 38, the New Canaan, Connecticut native was about to become a first-time mother to a baby boy and girl. But within hours of delivering her healthy twins via cesarean section, Maura was gone, the victim of a catastrophic brain bleed that experts now say was entirely preventable. Nearly 8 years later, Maura's family has finally received a measure of justice. A jury awarded the Gallaghers $22 million in a wrongful death lawsuit, finding that Stamford Hospital's anesthesiologist and Stamford Anesthesiology failed to meet the professional standard of care. The verdict delivered not only long-awaited accountability but also renewed urgency in a national conversation about maternal mortality in the United States. Looking back, the day began with promise as Maura Gallagher arrived at Stamford Hospital alongside her partner, Max Dodo, both eagerly awaiting the birth of their twins. But beneath the excitement lay troubling clinical signs that, in hindsight, should have raised immediate alarms. As her sister Erin O'Rourke later recounted, Maura presented with dangerously high blood pressure and thrombocytopenia, a critically low platelet count. Together, these symptoms strongly suggested preeclampsia, a serious pregnancy complication that, if not swiftly recognized and treated, can escalate into a life-threatening emergency. Maura was clearly in trouble, Erin recalls. She had multiple risk factors. She should have been monitored far more carefully. Preeclampsia, often called the silent killer of pregnancy, is characterized by high blood pressure, swelling, protein in the urine, and in severe cases, can lead to stroke or death. According to the Cleveland Clinic, thrombocytopenia in tandem with high blood pressure is especially dangerous, making it harder for the body to stop internal bleeding, precisely what happened to Maura. Despite these clear indicators, hospital staff moved forward with a C-section before all test results confirming preeclampsia had returned. After delivering her twins, Thomas and Lyla, Maura's symptoms intensified. Her blood pressure remained dangerously elevated. She became nauseous and began shaking. Her complaints of a headache and shortness of breath, telltale signs of impending neurological crisis, were tragically brushed aside as anxiety. Attorney Daniel Thomas, representing the Gallagher family, emphasized how a cascade of poor decisions led to Maura's death. Maura's pregnancy was already high risk due to her age and twins. But the moment she entered that hospital, her condition became even more critical. Yet the medical team failed to respond accordingly, he said. In the hours following delivery, Maura was administered ephedrine to treat her nausea, a medication that further increased her already sky-high blood pressure. Court records reveal she was also given a cocktail of drugs intended to combat her worsening symptoms, but by then, the damage was done. 4 hours and 15 minutes after her twins were born, Maura suffered a massive brain hemorrhage. She was declared dead the following day. The family later settled with Maura's objection, and the wrongful death lawsuit pressed forward against Stamford Hospital and its anesthesiology team. The hospital defended its care, arguing that Maura had a rare, undiagnosed vascular malformation in her brain. But the jury ultimately sided with the Gallaghers, affirming that medical negligence, not a genetic anomaly, caused her death. This verdict tells the world that Maura's life mattered, said her brother, John Gallagher. It tells Thomas and Lyla that their mother didn't just slip away, that people made preventable mistakes, and that those mistakes had consequences. Though the jury's decision brought a degree of closure, the loss remains unbearable. Max Dodo now raises the twins as a single father, carrying the weight of Maura's absence with quiet grace. Our children are joyful, bright, and full of life, he said. But I think every day about what Maura is missing, the birthdays, the hugs, the laughter. That void will never be filled. For Maura's sister Erin, the fight is far from over. She has turned her grief into advocacy, speaking out about the systemic failures that too often go unchecked in maternal health care. This isn't just Maura's story, she said. It's the story of thousands of women whose lives are lost due to missed warning signs, lack of urgency, and a failure to listen. We need to do better. We must do better. The United States continues to grapple with one of the highest maternal mortality rates among developed nations, a statistic that underscores how deeply embedded these failures are. Hospitals and providers must stop treating women's symptoms as psychological or exaggerated, Aaron said. Maura was trying to tell them something was wrong. They didn't listen. Now, Maura's family will honor her in the quiet, tender ways they always have, through memory, through storytelling, and through the resilience of her children. Aaron says it is that love, and Maura's indomitable spirit, that keeps them going. She was warm, brilliant, funny, and compassionate, Aaron said. Maura lit up every room she entered. The world is less without her in it, and we miss her every single day. In a statement following the verdict, Stamford Health expressed sympathy for the family but stood by its care. We are very sorry for the Gallagher family's loss and extend our heartfelt condolences, the hospital said. While we respectfully disagree with the jury's decision, we remain committed to providing the highest level of care to all patients. But for the Gallagher family, no amount of money, no courtroom victory, and no apology will ever return what was lost. What they can do, they say, is make sure Maura's story is never forgotten, and that her death becomes a catalyst for change. She should still be here, said Max. We hope that sharing her story saves even one life. That's how Maura's legacy lives on, in truth, in justice, and in love.